Alright, what I'm going to talk about today is this beautiful little Fittonia. Fittonia known commonly as a nerd plant as well. This beautiful one right here is native to Southern America, the tropical part of Southern America. It's a quite beautiful plant. One of the main benefits of this beautiful plant is that they are one of those air purifying plants. As well as it's a beautiful gift, it's a beautiful decorative plant that you can keep it inside your house and enjoy it. The thing about this beautiful Fittonia right here, usually they grow between 20 to 15 centimeters, so that's probably the size of it. They don't grow any in the height wise. Also they grow between 15 to 20 centimeter bushy, so that's how they grow usually from the surrounding. Knowing about the Fittonia, usually they are one of those low care plants, but definitely they love a lot of indirect sunlight, not harsh light, because definitely the leaves gonna burn, because the leaves are quite sensitive actually. They definitely love water, not a lot of water, usually keeping the soil moist, not a soggy soil, definitely going to create rotten roots and kill the plants. So the best way to water this beautiful plant is usually to do a bottom watering, which is I'm going to show you right now how to do that. So basically, if you do a bottom watering, which is the most safest way to water any kind of plants that you have, because the bottom watering is usually plants absorb the amount of water that you need, so you don't never go wrong, with that. In case you tend to do up watering also, or watering through the soil, you make sure that the soil has got a great drainage system, or the pots that you have, it has got enough drainage hole at the bottom, so that literally 60 to 70% of the water comes out of the pot and doesn't stay in the plant soil. So the bottom watering is that just to pour the water in the saucer that you have with the plants. So over a few hours the plant take how much water it needs. Usually what the beautiful ones I got right here, I do every 10 days bottom watering. But if I tend to do a watering on the soil, usually maybe I do every 12 or every 15 days, because some amount of water definitely gonna stay inside the soil. Fittonia, usually they are easy to maintain, easy to care. Usually you can plant them into decorative pots. If you tend to change the pot for this beautiful one right here, you make sure that your potting mix and the pot has got a good drainage system. The right potting mix for Fittonia are a 2-part potting soil and 2-part perlite, or maybe a little bit of sweet sand is going to be just fine for them. This definitely helps the plant to the soil to have a good drainage system. So whatever the water you give it, 60 to 70% it get drained out and won't stay in the soil to damage it. It's one of, again, those beautiful plants that is easy to propagate even. So there are two methods of propagation with Fittonia that usually you can do with the leaves, or you can do with a stem, which in today's video I'm going to show you in both ways how to propagate Fittonia. So we start with the leaf. Basically I'm going to choose maybe the bigger leaves, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to dip it in the water, because the leaves are quite small for Fittonia, so I'm going to choose the biggest one that I have right here. And then what we're going to do, a second method, which is the stem, also propagating with the stem. It's easy to cut. Usually you don't need any scissor or any knife to cut the leaves. It's just I'm going to take quite a few of the leaves, cut up. I'm not using any cutting device like a scissor or a knife or something. So I'm trying to choose the one at the bottom of the stems, because they are usually more bigger and more thrown out. So that's about it. Maybe a couple of more, and one big one I have got right here. Here I have quite a few of the Fittonia leaves, and I'm going to also start cutting a branch out of that as well. Maybe one of the good ones I don't need to cut the entire stem, basically just a piece of the stem for me, just to try it out to see how's it doing, you know, with the water propagation. To be honest, never done the Fittonia propagation before, so it's my first time I'm doing, but I'm sure I'm never gonna go wrong with that. So I think somewhere around here, so basically where you have the leaves are coming out of the stem, that we call it knot. So I need to put where the leaves are coming out, so basically the knot that I can put it in the water, and from there the new roots will be coming out. So I'm going to cut these two leaves also from here. So I usually keep it naked like this, so I have something like this. Maybe I should get a camera a little bit closer for you to see how the water propagation is being done with the Fittonia. So with the propagation, I'm gonna put the plant, the Fittonia, aside for now, and we're gonna start working with the leaves and with the branch that I had it cut. And also I have a glass of water with basically a clean, clear plastic film over it, and with the water in it. So I will be basically doing some holes on this plastic film for me to be able to insert these little leaves in it. That's for propagation. So also I'll have another bigger hole for the actual stem. So it's basically doing the stem propagation or doing this propagation, which is beautiful leaves. So I'll be start doing some cuts. Very tiny cuts, not really very big. Do it quite visible for you so you can see them where you are putting the cuts. Why you have the plastic film around it is basically for the leaves to be able to stand, you know, because they are quite tiny leaves, and you want to find a way basically to have the leaf stand. If you know any other method that you can have the leaf stands, then you can use that method as well. Probably I need to put two together so they can stand more firm. I had put the water all the way up to the highest level of the glass, so the roots, they can take the leaves, they can take the water easily. So quite a few more holes. The holes are not really that visible. There we go, almost there. And that's the last one. Yes, it's going to be something like this, actually, not as clean as how it's been done really, but of course I'm sure you can do a better way. And I'm going to insert this branch right on the side. It's usually going to take some time, so here what you need to really be patient about this, because when it comes to propagation for the Fittonia, they are very slow propagation, so it takes between 2 to 6 weeks sometimes for the new roots to come. Because usually when we do the water propagation, you should see some new roots for any other plants maybe within 2 to 3 weeks time. But when it comes to Fittonia, it's going to take much more time. It depends how much humidity you have at home, how much light this beautiful plant is getting. So it usually takes between 2 to 3 weeks until 5 to 6 weeks. So patience really is one of the things that you need to be bear with this one here. I'm sure that's all about this Fittonia. I hope you find it enjoyable, and I hope you took definitely something from this session. Have a great time and see you soon.